Today we're going to talk about the equation y equals mx plus b and what it means. What m means in terms of the slope and how we use b to find the y-intercept, and then how we use this equation to graph a linear function. In the equation y equals mx plus b, m represents the slope, and b helps us identify the y-intercept, but it's very important to note that we must write the y-intercept as a point, and it's always 0, b. For these three examples, go ahead and try and identify the slope, b, and then the y-intercept. Hit pause now, write them down, and then hit play later to see what the solutions are. Okay, so let's look at the first equation. B is going to be 7, which means that our y-intercept is the point 0, 7. The slope is the value 4. If we look at our second equation, b is going to be 4, which means that our y-intercept is the point 0, 4, and the slope is 3. And finally, for our last example, b is the value negative 4, which means that our y-intercept is 0, negative 4, and the slope is the value negative 3. Let's apply the idea of finding the slope and y-intercept to this equation to help us try and graph it. So for our slope, we know that it is 2 over 3. And if b is equal to 5, then our y-intercept is the point 0, 5. And from our previous lesson, we know that the slope is always rise over run. So we're going to start our y-intercept of 0, 5. And we're going to go up 2. And we're going to go to the right 3. Then we're going to draw a line. And that represents our equation y equals 2x over 3 plus 5. So the form of this line is a little bit different. We do have y equals mx plus b, but for our m value, 3, it's not a fraction. So to help us when we graph this, we want to make it a fraction by writing it over 1. That way we can see that the rise is 3 and the run is 1. Our b value is negative 2, making a y-intercept 0, negative 2. When we start to graph our equation, we're going to start at our y-intercept, 0, negative 2. Then we're going to go up 3 because of our rise, and to the right 1 for the run. Then we connect our dots, giving us the equation of our line. Okay, why don't you guys go ahead and try and graph this one by identifying the slope and the y-intercept first, and then using them to graph the equation of this line. Check back in and see the solution. Hopefully you guys had a chance to go ahead and try and solve this. We can identify our y-intercept from our b value, which is 0 and 2. And then our slope is negative 2 over 5, which means that we're going to go down 2 and to the right 5. So let's start with the y-intercept, 0, 2. Then we're going to go down 2 and to the right 5. Then we're going to connect our dots. Alright, to wrap it up here for our last example, go ahead and try this one. So hit pause now, attempt to find the equation of this line and graph it, and then check back in for the solution. Alright, so for our m value we have negative 1, but again we want to make it a fraction to help us graph. So we have negative 1 over 1, which means for our rise we're going to be actually going down 1, and then to the right 1. And then since our b value is 3, we have a y-intercept of 0, 3. So starting at our y-intercept at 0, 3, we're going to go down 1 and to the right 1. And then we graph our line going through those points. Alright, so to wrap up, today I hope I was able to help you identify both the slope and the y-intercept from the equation y equals mx plus b, and then use both of those to help you graph the equation of a line.